Welcome viewers and welcome to yet another edition of the Mayor's Hour here on our Facebook page live at the KMC Community Radio. Like we said during the launching of the radio that every end of month we will be having the Mayor's Hour here on our Facebook page. That is the Lord Mayor of the Kanifing Municipal Council, that is 𝒕𝒉𝒊𝒏. Just to remind you that this radio is funded by the European Union together with their sister city council, that is Peterborough City Council. Co-financed by the Kanifing Municipal Council under the 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏 project, that is the Kanifing Environmental and Transformation Project program, that is the 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏 project, which is looking at three thematic areas, that is waste management, tree planting, and building of state-of-the-art library. Before we start the conversation, Lord, can you please say hi to the people of the municipality and our viewers?
Hello to the people of Kanifing Municipality, also greeting the staff and councillors of KMC, the directors and the CEO.
Lord, to set the stage for the conversation, can you please brief us about the whole idea of the 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏 project under which this radio is established?
Thank you so much. The Kanifing Environmental Transformation Program is a program that we envisioned in 2018 when we first ran for office. And as you said, it's encompassing three thematic areas. We're looking at the environment, we're looking at the education sector, we are looking at waste management. And of course, our goal as a council is to transform the municipality, to increase quality of life, to ensure that citizens have the basic services, and of course the amenities for that to be possible. And we envisioned this concept called the Kanifing Environmental Transformation Program, which looks at the environment, like I said, tree planting initiatives, public amenities such as parks, mangrove reclamation to increase carbon capture. And of course, we look at education as well. And like you mentioned, we're building the first of its kind municipal library, and it's going to be the biggest library in the Gambia. This is privilege that we did not have when we were going to school as youngsters. And it's such a normal thing now all over the world that we felt we need to bring to the Gambia. So we are constructing the biggest library with the innovation hub, and it's almost done, and we are very proud of that. In also waste management, we have initiatives to improve the Ɓakote dump site in terms of better recycling, better infrastructure. But we're also looking at sorting at the household level. So we're introducing bins at the household level, transfer stations, etc. And all of this cannot go without public sensitization and behavioral change. And this can also only be done through media. And therefore, this brought about the library. Sorry, this brought about the radio. And to achieve this, partnerships are very important. When you look at sustainable development goals, one of the key ways to get to the goals is partnerships. So we have partnered with the European Union, who are the main funders of this project, and of course Peterborough City in UK, and partnering with the KMC. So this project is now 2 years old. We are very far in many of the thematic areas in the scope of the project, and next year we should finalize. But hopefully we're also looking at the potential of scaling up the project to have better impact and wider scope in the municipality.
Well, Mayor, you've mentioned that you're building the state-of-the-art library. That is one of the biggest libraries in the country. What impact do you think this library will have to the students of the KM, and when do we expect this library to be?
All right, it's not going to be it's going to be the biggest by far. The only public library we know of is the Banjul Library, which has been there a long time. I think the impact would be immeasurable. It will be profound. One, I think the location is excellent because it's in an area where schools are quite concentrated, and it's right next door to the university or MDI, and there's a cluster of schools in the area. So it's within walking distance. Secondly, I think it would be even a huge psychological impact for a student who does not live in a quiet environment and knows there's a place that is free, that is safe, that they can go and have resources to expand their horizons and do their education. And I think more than anything, it's going to be symbolic. It will be an example for every other municipality to follow, every other city to follow. And it would also be an example for government to put more importance on libraries, because libraries are a public resource that every society requires, because education and knowledge is what takes societies forward, and the center of education and knowledge is libraries. So we are really looking forward to its impact. In terms of timelines, we were hoping by end of December it should have been open, but as many projects, especially in the Gambia, there's a bit of delays here and there. So we are hoping by mid-year next year that this library will be available to the public.
Well, we understand that this project will phase out very soon. What is the council doing in terms of the sustainability of the already established infrastructure?
So one of the things we hope this project should achieve is sustainability, and that is to ensure that the structures and the staff and the resources that are generated in this project are transferred to the municipality. We have been ensuring that the council staff and project staff are working closely. In many cases, some of the project staff are actually on secondment. They are actually council staff first. So this is why we designed it that way. So we hope the transition would be smooth. And we're also looking forward to also extending the project so we can achieve more for the people to get closer to our goal for quality life as well.
Right now we can briefly focus on the issue of waste collection. Previously, we've realized that the municipality, the people of the KM, were struggling with waste collection issues. What is the stage of whether this is a problem has been?
Yeah, the problem of waste collection can never be 100% tackled anywhere in the world. It's a problem still in even the most developed cities. What you have to do is to create sustainable solutions that keep replenishing itself. So we came up with the Mbalit project. So for the past 5 years, we've reduced the impact of waste problems. We are collecting more than 60% to 70% of waste in the municipality, which is a record for any municipality in the Gambia since the Gambia was formed. However, we understand that these equipment we are using also have lifespans, and they have wear and tear, and they suffer depreciation. So we know that we have to have a replenishment strategy for the fleet, and every year we are actually adding to the fleet to make sure there's always new vehicles, so that when the old vehicles depreciate fully, we can also sell them for salvage value. So as we speak this year, we've been able to get 4 new trucks, and we are expecting even 3 more. And every year we have a strategy to ensure there will be new trucks to make sure the waste is collected. More importantly, we're also coming up with solutions for waste processing as well. So we hope there will be a 360 solution to this problem very soon.
Again, how is council monitoring these trucks? Because we've seen that people around the KM, many compounds do complain that these trucks don't reach to their destination. So how does council monitor this?
So the problem of the municipality has an issue of geography because many areas are settled on wetlands. We also have an issue of poor planning, poor physical planning, which is a historical problem. Many areas are inaccessible. And of course, we just recently had Google Plus codes and addresses. We do our best to have full coverage because we're working with councillors and their ward development committees through structures we have set up in the wards. We open offices there, we put secretaries there, and we work with their guidance. However, at the technology side also, we have installed GPS devices in all the trucks. We have a software that monitors the trucks. And now we've also come up, through the KTEP project, come up with a complaint center, a call center, where when people don't feel like they have service, they can express their dissatisfaction or their challenges through this call center. And giving their Google Plus code, this information will be passed down to the Mbali staff as well. We have systems, they are not perfect, but we have actually created a system to make sure there's always improvement in the service. Yeah.
Mayor, to talk about the encouragement areas along, that is, recently we've seen the demolition of stores along the highway. And people are claiming that council promised to allocate new allocations for their vending. How accurate is this?
So the demolition is quite unfortunate. I don't feel like it needed to get to that point. I think notices were given or should have been extended because, of course, we are dealing with people's livelihood, and Ghana is a very poor country with a lot of unemployment. But what is true is that this exercise is necessary. For me, I always say the idea is good. It's the execution that is not very good. The execution in the sense how they go about it. I feel that maybe some people deserve more time because it will take time to dismantle the kiosk and give more time to transfer.
People were saying that notice were given to them 3 months prior to the
Yeah, so I was going to come to that. Yeah. The other side of the story as well is KMC has once told, even under my leadership 5 years ago, we once have told vendors to keep off the streets. Because when you clog the streets, you create a lot of problems. True, they have unemployment issues, they have income problems, but also settling on the street, residences complain a lot about them not being able to pass in and out of their house. They generate a lot of litter on the street, they block pedestrian roadways, they obstruct traffic. So there's a lot of side effects to that. Now, KMC already has 19 markets. I think out of these 19 markets, 15 of these markets still have spaces. The problem with a lot of street vendors is they want to go where the customers are and not wait for the customers to reach them. And I think this has been a problem that's been compounding for many years. But I think once the exercise is going on, we want to make the public aware that KMC has markets. If anybody needs space in a market, they just need to go to our markets manager who's based in Serakunda. And we have about 15 markets that are not to capacity and they can be resettled there. On top of that, we also have set up a markets company and we are planning to build 7 markets over the next few years, and hopefully next year we will start some of those markets. All of these solutions are what we are working on to give people alternatives, but we do feel sorry for people who've lost their shops and lost their income, and we are moving very fast to see how we can resettle and accommodate them, but they have to be willing to be reallocated.
People get it twisted or confused that a KMC allocate stalls for them along the highway. I want you to delve more into that. Is KMC really responsible for giving vendor stalls?
By law, KMC is responsible to allocate anybody in a public space, but under our administration, we have an embargo on all new allocations from the year 2019. That's why I said we have already foreseen this problem. That's why in 2019, we passed a council resolution, no new allocations. So all the allocations that are there now are either illegally set up or were there prior, not under our administration, under a different administration, because we see the problem that they cause. Secondly, we also want to make people aware, I think we've already said it before, paying market duties or paying business licenses does not permit anybody to settle anywhere on a public land. The premise of a business license assumes that you are settling either in your property or a rented property, even if it's an allocation, that it is a legal allocation. But anybody operating within KMC must pay operational license. That is a license to operate. Market duties, anybody selling within the vicinity of a market, whether inside the market or around the market periphery, must pay market duties. An allocation is different. KMC gives an allocation letter saying you are allocated to be on this specific spot, area 2 meters by 3 meters in this junction. However, even in the allocation letter, there's a disclaimer. The disclaimer says, anytime the government needs this land or anytime KMC needs you to vacate, you will be given 24 hours or 72 hours notice. So that is to show you that that area can only be a temporal structure. So even in the days where KMC was allocating, we tell people, erect structures that you know you can easily dismantle when you are required to leave, but not to build solid structures that will require to be demolished. So this is the fact of the matter.
Good to clear the air. But again, I'm looking at the issue of young people. Mayor, it is all clear that Kanifing municipality is dominated by young people. What is the council doing, or what is the council's plan to reduce the unemployment rates among young people?
Not just the municipality, I think Gambia as a
Yeah.
country is dominated by young people,
Yeah.
more than 65% of the population. It's quite unfortunate because young people could have been the biggest resource our country has, given we don't have any natural resource. I say our natural resource is young people. However, for young people to have impact in our society, we need to invest in them so that they can become assets. Lack of investment in young people becomes a liability, they become a problem for society because they want to survive, they want to have families, they want to have homes, they have ambitions. KMC has limited power in terms of how much we can do, but however, we have been doing our part and will continue to do that. Directly, we have employed 500 young people in the municipality since we came into office. We have been given opportunities in business loans and small loans to many young people through our youth counselor. Also directly through the council, young people who are in arts, young people who are in music, young people who are in education, we have spent over 5 million over the past 4 years giving them support. So we're doing what we can with the limited resources we have, and we are going to look at every program we are about to initiate, whether it be our bus service, whether it be the markets we are about to build, or the ambition we have for affordable housing. Young people are centered in our plan. So we are youth-centric. The mayor is young, the councillors are young. So everything we do is people-centric, but mostly youth-centric, because these are the people we believe, with their impact, they can also change this country.
Again, still on the issue of young people, Mayor, during your campaign, you mentioned that all the fields, that is the football fields that are within the KM will be fenced. And we've seen that most of these football fields, for example, I'm staying around Bakote, and the football field at Bakote and Jolakunda, it's still on fence.
Well, first of all, the election is just 4 months ago, so it's too early. We have a council budget that we had during the election, and we can only go by that budget. But we do have that plan. It's called the Greenfield Project. All the fields that are well used in the municipality, we want to green them, and then we want to put a chain link fence around them. And this is the Jola Kunda field in Bundung. We have Parque Jola in Ibo Town. We have the Aboko football field. We have the Kotu Kware football field. We are looking at even the Senegambia Spy Bar football field. So all the football fields that are much utilized in the municipality. But remember, even in the KTAP project, we are constructing 7 new football fields that are six-a-side. The Bakau is done, the Kotu is done, they are constructing Kanifing, Talinding is done, Bundung is under construction, and Bakote. And we have even added now basketball courts and outdoor gyms, which Africell is currently constructing, and I believe they've gone very far with Bakau. So, like I said, anything we do, we want to focus on youths, and we will get there, inshallah.
Before we shift to the local language, can you please tell us or rate this year's your performance this year following your re-election?
Right. So, like I said, this year we were already working on a predetermined budget. There's not much initiatives we can do that are new, given the budget is already constructed. We just have to see it through. But since we came in, we've been pretty much on the planning stage for 2024. And we expect in 2024 we will have high impact projects. We expect our road network project will come online, which should build 23 kilometers. We expect our bus service should come online. We expect a lot of the KTAP projects will be opened, etc. So in 2024, I think it's going to be quite an exciting year for the Kanifing municipality.
It's important to clear all these things. Just to remind you, viewers, you're watching us live from our Facebook page, that is the KMC Community Radio, with your host. I am your host, Adam Job. Like we mentioned, every end of month we will be having the mayor here discuss about council-related matters. And today we are here again with the mayor. Comme boo koy ni ma leen ko waxee rek am weer bu nekk dinañ leen indil waxtaan bi ñu siixoo ak mayor bi moo nekk mayor bi dinañu wax ba li nga xamante ne moo saytu si wàllum KM li nga mooy ndaw ñi muy jigéen ñi lépp loo xamante ne soxal na ndaw yi réew mi ak lépp loo xam ne soxal na tamit nit ñi KMC yi tey mu ngi ni ñu am fi mayor bi waat tey ñuy waxtaan ak moom si mbir yi li nga xamante ne moom la ndaw ñu di jànkuwante mais yow man comme ni ma ko waxee maa ngi liggéey si radio bi KMC radio te dama dee dem si marché bi di waxtaan ak jigéen yi nga xamante ne ñooy jaay si marché bi foofu noonu ñuy fay daan seen doole te lépp luñ dee waxtu marché boo munti dem jàngoor yëpp benn la lu ñoo wax moo nekk ne suñ bagage yi fuñ ko denca mais yow dig nañu ne dinañu indil storage facilities yoo xam ne fa la ñoo denca suñ bagage yi yow luy sa gestu si lii.
waaw ñu ngi sant ñëpp di gërëm ñëpp di la sant sa boppa ak waa radio bi yëpp KMC di sant jigéen yi marché yëpp ak askan yi Gambia yëpp waaw teguma ne mus naa promise kenn ne nañ la email storage ñun lu ñu wax mooy ne dañu bëgg a tabax marché US wala suñ biir plan dañoo tabax marché US wante marché US yu ñoo tabax tam store ne ko fa ay shops ñoo fa nekk pour ñu war a jaay ak ay mbaar pour jigéen yuy jaay on a daily basis waaw xëy na demolition exercise bu am nii moo tax ñeneen ñi di wax ne fan lañ war a denc seen bagage yi ñun demolition bu war a am nii fan naa ñun bu ñoo campagne sax séntu wuñ ne façon lii na war a am lu nga xam ne nag am nañ yërmande bu bari pour ñu nga xam ne seen bagage yi ñu amuñ fuñ ko def ñu nga xam ne tas nañ seen stores yi on dañu xam ne lii initiative bu jógee ci kaw la initiative bu jógee ci government la comme nuñ ko dee waxee gis nañ ñoom seen xalaat lan la mooy pour dëkk bi mu organise pour dëkk bi mu am jaar-jaar yu nit ñi war a dem pour kenn bu mu am coono parce que tukki nañ gis nañ yeneen dëkk yi benn dëkk yu si ëpp meluñ ni Gambia wax dëgg dafa disorganise fu nit war a dox nit ña ngi faa jaay fu dëkkuwaay nit mi ngi bloc bunti këri nit coono yi bari nañ biir yëfi jaayantu yi wante gis nañ ne lu war a am la wante nuñ ko defee xëy na waroon nañ ko seet bu baax mooy ne jox nit ñi enough time pour ñu wekki seen store yi pour ñu ut store yu ees ak yooyu noonu dëgg la si site government ñoom wax nañ ne joxe nañ ñetti weer notice kon nit ñi waroon nañoo jóg site KMC ñun luñ mun a wax mooy ne place am na suñ marché yi tey am nañ 19 marché yu nga xam ne am na ba pare wante yu ci ëpp a feesuñ kon ku amut foo jaay mun invite nañ leen ngeen dem benn suñ marché yi ba pare ku bugg a xam fan nga mun a jaay demal ngeen gis suñ market manager ku nga xam ne office am mi ngi Serekunda marché tudda Mood Njaay wante lu ñoo leeral tam askan bi mooy ne KMC dëgg la allocation yu nga xam ne amoon nañ balaa 2019 KMC ñoo ko joxe because loolu bokk na si liggéey KMC wante ñun depuis 2019 fekk ñun ñi ngi office ñu gis ne lii mënut a mujjee an opération façon bi séntu woon nañ ne nu mu yàgga na war a am xamuñu woon ndax nañ ko fekkee ndax duñ ko fekkee wante xam nañ ne na war a am moo tax depuis 2019 dañu pass council resolution def embargo mooy dañu terewaat cantine yu kon su fekkee ne am na cantine buñ ekati depuis 2019 ñu xam ne borom daf ko ekati without authority KMC wante cantine yu fa nekkoon balaa 2019 xëy na yu si ëppa amoon nañ authority KMC wante su KMC di joxe cantine sax dafa am luñ dee joxe tudda allocation letter boobu si every allocation letter soo xool ci ron dañ dee wax ne nguur bi bés bu mu soxla laan bi wala council soxla laan bi dañ laa jot 24 hours notice pour nga jógee foofu moo tax ñun jamono bu ñu nga xam ne fekkee nañ ko 2018 dañ dee wax planning department bi day leeral nit ñi su fekkoon ne dañoo def allocation si mbedd bi nañ def structure yu nga xam ne bés buñ leen waxee nañ jóg nañ ko mun a wekki wante buñ tabax bloc bu nga xam ne only way pour génnee ko mooy tas ko di pexe yëpp defoon nañ ko leeralaat askan bi ne KMC dëgg la dañu charge lu ñu ooyee business license ak dañu charge lu ñu ooyee market duty business license nag mooy lu nga xam ne ku nga xam ne yaa ngi jaay KMC wala yaa ngi nekk jula biir KMC yaa ngi def business biir KMC da nga war a fay operation license nag du dictate fan nga war a toog ak fan nga war a dugga loolu du affaire operational license mooy ne kon yaa ngi njëriñ biir région bi war ngaa fay taxe bi. am na leneen luñ dee caaj tudda market duty mooy soo jaay biir marché wala si borom marché da nga war a fay duty wante loolu tam dictatut ndax fii nga war a toog ndax fale nga war a toog allocation rek moo mun a dictate loolu ba pare comme nu ma la ko waxee allocation tam mooy ne nguur gi bés bu mu soxla place bi da nga war a jóg kon pour leeral askan bi wante lu ñoo wax mooy ñi ngi masaw ñu am yaaxule yëpp ñi ngi extend suñ sympathie pour ñu nga xam ne tey ñi ngi struggle wante tam di leen leeral place yaa ngi fa ku bëgg a place kaay leen KMC dem leen si market manager Mun Njaay na la woon fan nga mun a nekka wante tamit pour gën a yaatal waxtaan bi ñun tam ñi ngay jël ay jéego pour expand suñ marché yi tey nu ñoo waxtaanee am nañ market company an si biir market company bi dañu am plan pour tabax 7 marché yu es inshallah 2024 nañ door
ba tey mais si wàllum mbiri jigéen ñi comme ni ma ko waxee rek jigéen ñi nekk si marché bi ñu si bëree bari jigéen ñi ñuy jaay jën ay jigéen lañ te soo demee lu ñu la den ci kaw mooy suñ bagage yi fuñ koo dugal mooy suñ problème yow as a mayor te yow ñëpp xam nañ ne mbiri jigéen daf la soxal yow ban step nga jël pour jàppale jigéen ñi di jaay
waaw jigéen ñu nga xam ne ñu ngi jaay biir marché am na mbaar sakaduma bu nekk biir Serekunda ak Latrikunda saabi ji tey mun naa announce léegi nii laa jot contract award bi pour mbaar bu nekk Latrikunda waaw ñu ngi ko ñëw tas pour liggéeyaat ko yëpp xam naa in the next 2 weeks di ngeen gis projet boobu mu start Serekunda jigéen yi waxtaan nañ bu baax yëf yi seen jaay fu ñoo jaayee jën foofu next year am nañ budget pour defaral leen mbaar bu correct tabax foofu yëpp mu correct pour ñoom tam fu ñoo jaay jën wante suñ marché yu ees yi yëpp yu ñoo plan yooyu yëpp dañ ko boole si biir plan si ba pare keroog ñu ngi am meeting si market company bi wax naa ku fa toogal jigéen ñi ne bëgg naa marché bu ees bu nekk tam mu am daycare pour yaay yuy jaay ñu am liir yu ndaw ñu am fu ñu mun a teg seen xale yi gannaaw boot leen si ron naaj bi kon ñun yëfi jigéen ñi moom ñu ngi ciy taxaw bu baax because number one ñooy suñu yaay ñoom ñoo téye community ñaareel bi ñu xam ne ñoom tam ñoo dee gën a fay naamoo council bi kon ñi ngi gëstu seen affaire bu baax and next year foog naa war nañoo gis ay projet yu ñëw
mais yow duma la bàyyi te la ceew ma la question bi ndax jigéen ñi marché yi soxna nañ especially jigéen ñu nekk Bakaw last 2 weeks demoon nañu am Bakaw seet jigéen yi nga xam ne ñuy jaay foofu noonu di nappa jën di lakka koŋ te seen situation bi nu mel noonu dafa garaaw mais yow te yow fooguloo as a mayor kam waaw si tefes bi comme mun nga di find time like every year wala every 6 months nga dem di seet jigéen ñi niñ toogee foofu noonu parce que seen mbaar yi ñooy lakkee koŋ yi dafa
waaw xëy na dañu àggangut foofu rek wante every year dafa am lu nekk si loi neex ma naxar ma foog ma def ko mooy mayor store waaw last year am na and year before am na wante mënumaa wax ne am na benn taw buñ aaga si tefes bi dañ dee dugg ci marché bi dem ci community bi wante teguma ne aaga nañ si tefes bi and inshallah this year kon nga wax nga ko su ñoo defar itinéraire bi nañ make sure ñu aaga si tefes bi seet lan la jigéen ñi nekkee
ak issue Joshua market bi last week demoon nañ foofu noonu conduct suñu market place bi foofu noonu te jigéen ñi ñu ngi complain ne foofu noonu amul jaaykat amul ay jëndkat because location bi comme nekk nan la council jël si step boobu
waaw fa naa lii bokk na si opération buy am nii tamit marché yaa ngi tabax place yaa ngi fa wante nit ñi suñ nekkee di jaay si mbedda bi dafa tere ñeneen yi dem marché wante suñ teree jaay mbedda na tax nit ñi dem di uti jaaykat yi si marché bi wante Gambia because of jaay mbedda bi lu door di xew mooy nit ñi dañu bàyyi di dem marché di dem di jëna si mbedda bi kon ñi ngi def suñ mbedda yi nekk marché moo tax nga gis ne nit ñi dañ bàyyi suñ marché yëpp dem setul si mbedda bi parce que dañoo wax ne diw moom mi ngi jaay si mbedda bi kon client nekko di àgga si man kon xaaral ma dem fekk ji client bi so moo tax luñ bugg a léegi mooy kon ka léegi ñi ngi stop yi fi jaay mbedda nag gars yi dem waxtaan ak market manager gars yi dem setul si marché bi jëndkat yi suñ gisee ne mënuñoo jënd si mbedda bi kon ñoom nañ door di dugg si marché bi foog naa dëkk bu organise nii la war a mel
mbokk yi nag ñoo ko déggandoor ku si bugg a am place bu baax wala fooy jaay rara ñuy toog si kaw yoon yi di jaay di xatal tali xatal yoon yi ngeen dem seeti market manager bi ni muy Modou Ndiaye mu allocater leen place mais yow dafa mel ni waxtu mu ñoo xoj ci lan mooy sa kàddu yu mujjanteel yi
waaw di nuyu askani Gambie yëpp waa KMC di leen sant di leen gërëm wax ne man la mayor Ben Souda maa ngi seen service xam naa at bi nag jaxasoo na trop because election yi yàlla lu bari luñ buggoon a def munuñ ko def parce que ñi ngi si politics bi wante time liggéey moo jot soo déggee tam ñu bari nekkuñ di dégg council bi parce que ñu ngi si biir office di def defar suñ plan si di indi pexe yi da ngaa gis ne 2024 développement bi mun a àgga 2024 ñi ngi expect major projects yu indi yokkute si municipality bi and soxla nañ ñëpp seen support regardless of ban parti nga bokka fan nga farleel ñun luñ bugg a mooy ñu liggéeyal pour askan bi yëpp kon ñu ngi leen di sant di leen gërëm ak yéen waa radio bi seen liggéey bu rafet bi fan naa dëkk bi yëpp gis na loo leen di liggéey council bi fu mu nekk am na voice suñ own voice bu nga xam ne ñi ngi leeral initiative si council bi andi ñaax ñuy ministry of information pour ñu jox leen seen licence bi da ngaa gis ngeen mun a dem tam on frequency da ngaa gis ñu mun ta dem online ñooñu tam ñu mun a dégg si normal radio yi kon naa leen bàyyi foofu di leen nuyoo.
kon ñoo ko déggandoo Ministry of Information kon issue leen ñu lay si ndax suñ maire yi si marché bi ak yu nekk si village bi dinañ bugg a déglu te duñ mun a am accès si internet bi kon ñu ngi leen a ñaan ngeen am issue ñu lay sin comme nuñ ko waxee rek mbokk yi jërë ngeen jëf si toppa bi ñu toppa bu rafet bi ngeen ñu toppa fii nii si suñ Facebook am page live bi KMC Community Radio ma nekkoon seen xarit seen àndandoo seen naataango Adam Diop di leen jox dig daje beneen weer bu dee jërë ngeen jëf